third round of the Carabao Cup. By hook or by crook, Spurs have found themselves in the hat for the fourth round after a late show, scoring the opening. They equalised on 88 minutes, but for large parts, Spurs were abject and looking like they were heading out of the Carabao Cup today. 8 changes from the beginning, and you could see those 8 changes on the pitch. It was a very disjointed performance. Spurs, not only did they not have a single shot until I think it was like the 55th minute, 50th minute, didn't have a shot on target until about the hour mark.
Yep.
But not only were that, but we were conceding chance after chance to a Coventry team who clearly came here to cause an upset, and they were fantastic. They were absolutely exploiting our flaws. Rodoni and Bassett were causing us all sorts of trouble going back the other way. Dragoshin and Davis were being stretched, and we were struggling for large parts, weren't we, Amir? I mean, for 87 minutes, really, there was only one team winning this.
Yeah, I think you covered it really well there, Sim. I don't think we were at the races at all, especially for the first 45. Second half, there was a little bit of an improvement, but again, the game kind of went into the same old pattern as the first half, where it was Coventry having the best chances. We would have the majority of the possession, but we just weren't doing much with that possession. I think
we had no shots.
Did nothing really. Apart from, a corner from Bergvall and Ben Davis had a free header. That was our best chance. Until you got the likes of Kulu, Madders, Son on that pitch, gives you a little bit more quality in that final third. And at the end of the day, that's what did the change for us. That those changes are what made us win this game. A little bit of creativity there from Kulu, a nice ball in from James Maddison, and a quality finish by Brennan Johnson for the second. And I just want to emphasise that was not an easy finish by Brennan. Yes, it was put on a plate for him, but that dink little finish was a real show of class from Brennan to get that winner.
Yeah, but it's no exaggeration to say that, when Coventry took the lead, it was no less than they deserved. They were absolutely fantastic.
Completely.
That goal was coming. Obviously, Fraser Forster, who I thought was having a bit of a shocker all day. He was flapping at things. He then came out for a charge out the box, which he completely misjudged. And they had an open goal, which Ben Davis completely saved us at. So they were having chance after chance. Doggy had to clear one off the line at one point as well in the first half. And we were really struggling to contain this Coventry side, and then when they took the lead, they absolutely deserved it. And not only that, for about half an hour after that, they could have easily scored a second goal. Ellis Sims comes on off the bench. He's causing us so much trouble. He's running the channels. He had a couple of chances which he tried to find his partner at the back post, and only inches away. I think even one of them, he got some contact for an open goal and couldn't quite turn it home. Coventry were well worth the win today. They completely played school Tottenham. They completely played Tottenham off the park, and they should have won this game probably by 2 goals, let alone 1. And if this game ended 2 or 3-0 Coventry, Tottenham couldn't really have argued. The stats, at the end of the game, Coventry had, I think it was it 15? They had 15 shots on goal in the game, and it's Tottenham's 9. They had 2 big chances as well. They really did exploit Tottenham's weaknesses. And I think the worrying thing as well, like Solanke still struggling to get involved in games. I think he struggled today to really impact it. Odebear's picked up an injury in the first half. He was a winger who we really hoped could, come in and provide something different. And now he's injured, so he's not going to be an option for the foreseeable future. And so we're going to be stuck with, I know Brennan scored, but Brennan and Werner were on the wings today, and they absolutely offered nothing out wide, and they really struggled to impact the game. Werner went off injured as well, and before Sonny came on. Where the turning point really came, though, was when Decky came on. He changed everything. Yeah. Absolutely changed everything. If it wasn't for Decky, we lose this game probably 2-0 or 2 or 3-0. He comes on.
Saved us.
He completely saved our skin. It changed completely when he came on. He was actually providing a threat. He got the ball.
He could hold on to the ball as well.
He could turn players. He was getting the ball in the box and actually holding on to it, not just giving it back to Coventry every time. Even when he was on the wings, he was doing something, making stuff happen, getting into the box and getting cutbacks and creating chances. And then we moved him into the centre. And I was just saying how that's a clever move to move him into centres. We actually got someone who can hang on to the ball. He combines with Maddison, plays it through a beautiful through ball to Jed Spence, who just about pokes it home with a brilliant finish. And the Decky substitution completely saved us. And that was actually a bit of luck because Werner got injured, and that forced Decky to come on. And I was saying when Werner got injured, that might be a blessing in disguise. And so it turned out, because he went off. Decky come on and completely changed the game, and if it wasn't for him, I think we've got him to thank. Him, and you could argue Ben Davies for that sliding challenge, which should have been a goal for Coventry as well. So, but definitely this game leaves you with more questions than answers when it comes to Ange and where we're at, because we're playing against a mid-table championship side, and we're struggling to even create a chance, let alone we're struggling to get a shot, let alone score. And that has got to be a massive concern when we're going to be relying on these players for Europa League games, for maybe future cup games, to come on in the Premier League. And are they going to be up to it? On this evidence, they really struggled. Hopefully that late goal from Brennan, which first of all, brilliant stuff from Bentancur to play a through ball, and maybe that's the confidence boost Brennan needs to, go on a run now and boost his confidence, because I thought he was struggling as well throughout the game to really impact it. But it was a brilliant run and a brilliant finish, and he deserves credit. And at the end of the week, where he's had to delete his Instagram, I'm very happy he's the one finding the winner and getting us into the hat for the next round, because no one likes to see what he was subject to on the weekend. And I'm delighted for him that he's got that goal, but he's still going to need to improve his performance to stop people getting on his back.
Yeah, but this is a building block now for Brennan. Scoring the winner in that kind of fashion with such a cool finish, that will definitely give him a lot of confidence going forward. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him start and hopefully assisting and scoring against Brentford on the weekend. But I do think that there are a lot of questions to be asked after this one. And especially of Ange, not so much the fringe players, because this is their first time to try and shine and play their way into the system. It didn't look like it was working for us first half there at all. We weren't creating anything. There was no harmony there. So I think Ange will probably, he'll justify his decision. I'm just hoping, will he learn for the next game? Because we'll have a 4th round tie that we will need to win to advance in the League Cup. And I'll be looking for a very, very changed lineup in that game, because I think if you have any chance of winning this competition, you have got to put your best players out there to go out and do the job. Putting our second string team out there for the first half was kind of putting us already 1 foot in the grave, if you like, because I didn't feel confident coming out there in that first half. The players didn't look confident. The system wasn't really working, and Coventry had us on the ropes for pretty much 75, 80 minutes of that game. They had us on the ropes. Like you said, Sim, if we had gone out, they would have thoroughly deserved winning that. I do feel like we've pulled off a grand heist here, a real robbery. It's not one we deserve to win.
They'll be making the next Ocean film about this game, I
probably,
think, probably kind of
especially if we go on a little run in this League Cup as well, because that was really a bolt out of the blue. Yes, we do have that quality off the bench, and it did work, but you can't be relying on that. You can't be relying on winners in the 90th minute, week in, week out.
And as well, just quickly on the Brennan goal, that's a run that we very rarely see him make.
Yeah.
That inside run, inside the fullback and getting beyond. Obviously, it was last minute, and because we equalised, there's a bit more space. So obviously, it's a different circumstance. But still, that's a run that we never see him in that position. How many times have we seen Brennan in those positions? And look, the guy got in his first season in the Premier League did score 11 goals for Forest for a reason. He can score goals when he gets in those positions, but we never see him there. Yeah. So we need him to be making those kind of runs a bit more often. And but brilliant for him. I mean, but in terms of what it means for Ange, I don't think anyone is going to really give him credit for that win. I think people are still going to be on his back because of the level of performance we performed for large parts of that game. And yes, we did turn it around, and he'll argue, his changes saved it, and we got the win, and we got over the line, we got the job done, and that's fair enough. But if we continue to be playing like this, we won't be going much further in the cup, and we're not going to be getting more results in the league either. So, as much as I'm delighted we got through, I'm delighted for Brennan to get the winner, and it's a massive rush to score, to have that late show. Definitely for me, that performance leaves a lot of question marks as to where we're really at, because as much as there's been some good performances, this is by far the worst performance of the season we've had.
And we've won.
And yeah, we've won somehow. And we just looked all over the place today. And maybe it's a case of, Gray and Bergvall and Solanke all starting together the first time, all these different combinations, whatever. They need time to get used to each other. But it was atrocious for large parts of the game. Absolutely atrocious. Coventry looked way more together, looked way more of a team, and we looked completely all over the place. So we have to sort out that level of performance. But look, we can put this behind us now, and we can move on to the weekend in Brentford, because we've got the win. That's the main thing. We got into the hat, and we can look. Hopefully, this can be a starting point for us to go on a bit of a run, and hopefully, our late turnaround can inject something into this team.
We'll turn a negative into a positive and a building block, because that's all we can do. We've pulled off a robbery here in the last 5 minutes. We've got the win. We're in that bucket for the fourth round. And we march on to Brentford on the weekend with a bit of a positive behind us instead of a disgraceful cup exit. So yeah, big positive to build on.
Marcus Pad says we don't stand a chance on pens unless Vicario comes on. Well, we didn't need pens, so doesn't matter.
Thanks to Johnson and Bentancur.
Roberto Villegas says you got the scores spot on, Sim. Well, my prediction before the game was we would struggle for large parts, and then we'll win the game later on when Maddison and Kulu come on. That's pretty much spot on.
Did you put any money on it?
I should have put some money on
there
that.
There you go.
Gutted. Amanda Sola says Johnson saved us from embarrassment, put some respect on his name. Jory says how to lose in victory. So, well, we didn't lose. We won. We won the game. That's the most important thing. Nico says Ben Davis will go under the radar, but great performance. I think he did well in parts, Ben Davis, and obviously he definitely saved us with some goal line clearances. But I did actually think a lot of it, sometimes his defending, they were looking at his side as well, and he let the runner off for the goal as well. So I don't think it was all good. Favourite Hero says it was all part of Ange's plan. Yeah, that was his plan, to be that bad and then just hit him right at the end. I'm sure. And then Chikwueze Umaleku says very happy, of course, but nothing to do with Ange, was due to a forced change by a blessing of Timo injury. Ange needs to sort things out. I agree. He definitely needs to sort things out, and I'd also think, that change was enforced. If Werner didn't get injured, would he have brought him on? Who knows? We don't know at this point.
Hope so.
I really hope so. But unbelievable win. A late show for Spurs. We're just about to go over the line.
Come on.
I'm looking forward to hearing what people have to say in the fan show, which will be coming up very, very soon. But that is all we have time for the watch along. I want to thank Amir for putting up with today's drama. I'm sure your heart just about could take it. We got the win in the end.
Can't take it.
But look, as we say, there's a lot of question marks for Ange to answer.